Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So we'll wait for a few minutes and let other participants join, and then we will begin the session.
Yeah, Anumika, I just saw your message that you have done on cryptex. Would you like to share more about it? What exactly in cryptex? Let me check out. Let me check where is Anumika and let me enable her to speak. Anumika, you may unmute yourself.
Yes, she has written in the chat box. It's more like a lock box.
Correct, correct. So I am not aware of the cryptex thing. So maybe now or later on we can have a word on what exactly in cryptex. Today we would like to more discuss about the fundamentals in the computational thinking and few exciting activities which we can do as a part of it. That's the scope of today's session. Cryptex I'm not much aware about. Maybe we can have a chat right now or afterwards towards the session on the things you would like to discuss. Yeah, very good afternoon. Eklavya program, we were told by the CBSE that whenever the next term starts, that's where we would like to resume our 30-30 Eklavya program. So yeah, hopefully in the April it should start. In the summer it's expected to start. Very good afternoon.
So, Jay, we will start. So we we have already started, but let's do it formally once.
Sure.
So, yeah. Good afternoon, teachers and students. Welcome to the fifth session of Sparkle series. So we are meeting after a long time because आप लोगों के यूनिट टेस्ट थे and we really wish कि आप लोगों ने यूनिट टेस्ट में बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म किया होगा. So in the last session we learned about doing maths with vegetables. So हमने peeling and chopping करके we learned doing maths and we learned getting surface areas, trigonometry and many other things, and that was quite interesting, isn't it? So in today's session, we are going to learn computational thinking, where we'll learn about history of computers, how computers have helped in saving so many lives during World War II, then data encryption, algorithms, and many more new interesting things. So I hope you all are very excited for today's session. But before we proceed, let's go to our web page where we have all the information related to the Sparkle series. So as you can see, this is the web page. Matri, can you please click the session 5? We have the joining links and materials required for this session. You have also the assignment link for the session here itself. So Matri, if you want refresh the page, the assignment is also there. Yeah, as you can see, the assignment has also been uploaded for this session. In addition to this, we have also uploaded the solution for the assignment that you were provided after session 2. So you have the solutions, you can go through it, you can self-assess that whether you have done the questions correctly or not. You can see the answers and just keep learning. So आप लोग इससे अपने आंसर्स सॉल्यूशंस चेक कर सकते हैं. We will upload this for all the assignments so that you can do the self-assessment. In today's session, you just require pen and paper with you. So I hope pen and paper आप लोगों के पास होगा. Yeah, so I hope you all are ready with your pen and paper. In addition, we are also going to have live interaction with you. So if you have a mobile or a device, then it's fine. Otherwise, you can answer collectively and your teacher will answer it on that website or on that website. Yeah, right. So we can have live interaction through that. Now, coming to the Hall of Fame. So here we have the name of these students who have shared their projects with us. And she is Arundhati Miravi from JNV Kabir Dham and Kajal Kashyap. She is also from Kabir Dham. So congratulations to these students. And the schools with best participation are JNV Mohindergarh, JNV Raigad, and JNV Kabir Dham. So congratulations everyone. And as I always say, we want all of your names on this Hall of Fame. So keep sharing your projects with us, keep doing these activities, and keep learning. Now, over to you, Jay.
Sure, Sunny. Yeah, thanks for sharing the logistic details. जी नमस्कार, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है सभी का. ये स्पार्कल जो है वो अपने ऑलमोस्ट मिड जर्नी में पहुंच चुका है. वी ऑलरेडी हैव 4 सेशंस being conducted and the response was just absolutely overwhelming. This is the 5th session starting on. तो सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आज. All the teachers who have joined here, all the school children who have joined here, welcome to everybody. I can see 86 schools or 86 participants have joined. So maybe some of you would like to unmute yourself and just like to share कि आज जो है वो relatively कम लोग जुड़े हैं. So is it due to some reason or there was मतलब let's say every other sessions has happened on Saturday, so whether the communication hasn't reached out, maybe some of you would like to unmute yourself and and for the initial few things we can keep ourselves interactive and then we can of course start and show some of the exciting thing which we have for. हाँ जी, तो सोलापुर से जो सर जुड़े हैं, सर ये क्या मतलब कम्युनिकेशन में कहीं पे ये हुआ है या फिर कुछ अदर एंगेजमेंट से आज जो?
नहीं सर, हाँ, गुड आफ्टरनून सर.
वेरी गुड आफ्टरनून सर.
हाँ, कम्युनिकेशन तो हुआ है, मैसेज मिला है, हमने फॉरवर्ड भी किया है बच्चों को, लेकिन प्रॉब्लम ये है कि लंच ब्रेक रहता है सर यहाँ पर.
अच्छा, कितने बजे रहता है सर लंच ब्रेक?
3:30 तक रहता है. 3:30 को आते हैं बच्चे.
अच्छा. तो नेक्स्ट सेशन है वो 3 बजे रखना चाहिए या फिर 3:30 को रखना चाहिए?
इट इज बेटर इफ यू कीप इट एट 3:30 सर.
अच्छा, ऑल राइट. सो जस्ट हैव अ डिस्कशन. सो इज इट यूनिफॉर्म टू ऑल जीएनवी? सभी जीएनवी में 3 बजे तक लंच रहते हैं?
यस सर, रेस्ट टाइम रहता है 3:30 to 5 o'clock स्कूल रहता है फिर से. अच्छा. ऑल राइट. ये जो गोदावरी से जुड़े हुए हैं टीचर्स और सर, आप में से कुछ बताना चाहेगा अबाउट द थिंग्स यू हैव डन एंड कहाँ पे क्या कुछ मुश्किलें हुई, कहीं पे कुछ समझ में नहीं आया? So what we would like to also So what we would like to do also is 50% सफर जो है वो हमने तय कर लिया है. We have almost reached to the middle line of our journey. So no, before starting the today's session and the things we would like to discuss, I would also like to know from the children and teachers who are joining with them. Maybe ठाकुर सर, प्रियंजल ठाकुर सर, आप कुछ अपने साइड से बताना चाहेंगे अबाउट दी व्हाट द थिंग्स चिल्ड्रन हैव डन. क्या लगा उनको, कैसा लगा, होमवर्क क्वेश्चन में कहीं पे कुछ कठिनाई आई, द थिंग्स हैज बीन नॉट क्लियर्ड, उनके इम्तिहान के बारे में कुछ कहना चाहेंगे, और some of the students would like to share कि यार अभी तो एग्जाम खत्म हुए और कहाँ पे सेशन में बिठा दिया. anything you would like to share from your end, please go ahead for a few couple of minutes. And then of course आज ज्यादा कुछ क्लास नहीं करेंगे, बट कुछ रोचक सी गतिविधियां हमने प्लान की है आपके लिए, just like for the vegetable session. So that's the plan. So but before we start, we would like to take few inputs or anything we would like to hear from your end basically. हाँ जी. हाँ, ये JNV दिल्ली से बच्चियां जुड़ी हुई हैं. आप में से कोई कुछ कहना चाहेगा? यहाँ पे प्रिंसिपल सर जुड़े हुए हैं JNV. I'm not able to have a look into the name. Let me go to the gallery with them. हाँ, ये श्री काकुलम स्कूल से जुड़े हुए हैं बच्चे. टीचर भी जुड़े हुए हैं. सर आप अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं. एंड नो, मे बी यू वुड लाइक टू शेयर कि how is the participation going on from the teacher sides, any suggestions you have?
Yeah, sir, can I hear to me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Namaskar, sir.
Yeah. Namaste, sir. Good afternoon to everybody. So it's an amazing experience, sir, that mathematics with vegetables. And the session is quite interesting. And the children also participated very interestingly. And the homework they did at the dormitories, we have dormitories children. So they did well, and they can able to do that. And it is a new approach in mathematics. You can see the shapes with vegetables and all. So it's a hand-to-hand experience. It's a quite interesting one. So children also participated with wholeheartedly, and they did well. And the same assessment session also, they did well in that assessment session also. So quite interesting. Every session is a very good interesting. HC Verma, that physics session also very good informative for the children, so that they can do better in their classes also in their concerned subject. So the same kind of the activities, if you conduct more, it will be helpful to the children, sir.
Sure. Sir, आपका नाम बताएंगे? Can you share me about your name and what subjects?
Yeah, my name is KV Ramakrishna Yadav, PGT Mathematics, sir. Great to hear from your end, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir.
All right. JNV चंपावत की बच्चियां कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? Any of the student who would like to share? I mean, often we used to receive many of the activity pictures from your end. हाँ जी, आप अपना नाम बताइए.
Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Diksha Joshi from JNV Champavat. We all enjoyed your sessions, and with the help of our teacher, Suren Singh Chauhan sir, helped us a lot, and we enjoyed every session and done activities in our free periods, and we all enjoyed them very. And now we are interested and want this session, and we will do many activities in our free periods with the help of our teachers. Thank you for your sessions. They were very interesting.
जी, आपने क्या नाम बताया था अपना? दीक्षा या दिशा? दीक्षा. तो दीक्षा आपने कौन सी सब्जी काटी थी लास्ट वाले सेशन या लास्ट हफ्ते के दौरान?
पोटैटो.
अच्छा, क्या बनाया था उससे?
We make different shapes.
अच्छा.
We make 3-dimensional shapes.
Great. Nice. बढ़िया. तो आप जो है वो पोटैटो से ये भी कोशिश कर सकते हैं. One thing you can try it with is you can cut the potato in a such a way कि आप एक साइड से देखें तो उसमें J नजर लेटर जो है वो J नजर आए. If you chop it in such a way that the other side, if you look at it, you will see a N. and from in third side, if you see, you will look at V. Would you like to have would you like to try that thing, that as an assignment for you?
Yes, sir, surely.
अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है, तो फिर मैं नाम लिख लेता हूँ। दीक्षा, आपका और आपकी सहेलियों का नाम बता दीजिए, मैं नोट डाउन कर लेता हूँ। एंड बिफोर द सीरीज एंड्स वी वांटेड टू सी द GNV being carved from the potato from your end. ठीक है, पक्का पक्का? अभी तो आवाज दब गई।
Yes, sir. We
ठीक है,
will
तो
try.
ठीक है, आपकी सहेलियों का नाम बता दीजिए, मैं नोट डाउन कर लेता हूँ।
Sir, Tanvika,
हाँ ठीक है,
Bhumika,
ठीक है।
Ishita.
सब पीछे से मना कर रहे हैं, बोले हम आपके ग्रुप में नहीं सहेलियां।
मना नहीं कर रहे सर, मना नहीं कर
Sir, no, they are all interested.
अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है, 3 नाम आए मेरे पास, 4।
Garima,
ठीक है,
Purva,
ठीक है,
Kamini,
ठीक है।
Shreya.
देखिए, ये पूरा YouTube पे लाइव रिकॉर्डेड रहेगा। दिस इज ऑल इन रिकॉर्ड फॉर प्रूफ कि ये ग्रुप के साथ से जो है वो GNV लेटर्स 3 अलग अलग डायमेंशन लिख के आएंगे। ठीक है, व्हाट अबाउट द अदर फ्रेंड्स ऑफ योर्स?
We will all try.
ठीक है, बढ़िया बढ़िया। So along with the session we used to do, we also have put it up some of the interesting question, the brainstorming question for you to try after the session. Don't take it up as something a homework or an assignments for you in a compulsion manner, but take it up as a कि कुछ बढ़िया जो है गतिविधि के बारे में या सवालों के बारे में हम सोच सकते हैं, what the activity we have done. So that is there for brainstorming and thinking more about it. And don't be reserved yourself for with an approach of whether the answer is correct or incorrect. Try to think about it. That's the overall goal we are looking forward. जो भी assignments दे रहे हैं, जो भी homework दे रहे हैं, that's the entire goal we are looking forward or looking for after the sessions you watched and the activities you do. ठीक है, चलिए, तो फिर से एक बार सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आज के सेशन की ओर बढ़ते हैं। मेरा नाम जय है, my name is Jay Thakkar. I have been associated with the center, and let me show the picture of an center in our institute meanwhile we are interacting. So this is how our institute look likes. I'm talking to you from IIT Gandhinagar, which is located in Gujarat, and the river you see is Sabarmati river, and the institute campus is just beside the bank of river Sabarmati river. And the overall goal what we are looking at as a part of this series, the work we do, is how we can bring the gleam back to in our eyes, whether we are talking about the teachers or in students. We wanted to bring आंखों की चमक जो है वो कैसे हम वापस ले पाए into the our learning curriculum, whatever curriculum we used to have, उसी curriculum के अंदर जो है हम मजा और जो है वो interest, engagement कैसे ला पाए. That's what the overall we are looking at as a part of this entire series. This is how our lab looks like, and this is an auditorium we used to work with the teachers and students. तो और यहीं पे मैं आप जो है वो बैठा हुआ है, मैं अपना एक बार पीछे भी कर लेता हूँ कैमरा, so that you can see this is from where I am taking the session today. आप लोग भी जब भी मौका मिले, whether टीचर्स के साथ हम लोग प्लान कर रहे हैं, GNV टीचर्स के साथ, कि समर्स के दौरान यहाँ पे उनकी 5-5 दिन की कार्यशाला अगर कर पाए. It's a beautiful experience we used to have with such an enthusiastic GNV teachers. पिछले 2 साल तो हम उनके साथ फिजिकल वर्कशॉप नहीं कर पाए, but online काफी teachers के साथ काम हुआ है, and we are hoping that with the children also will get a chance to work here, whether the online or offline mode. We are trying our best कि ये सारी जो material जो भी दिखा रहे हैं आपको, उसमें से काफी सारा material आपके यहाँ पे पहुंच पाए. All this material reach out to your schools, so that we can have a corner, a STEM corner in your school where you can go and tinker around with the stuff we do. So for the today's session, I would like to start with one of the activity which we have demonstrated to you previously as well in the very first session, but we aren't able to go into the detail of it. So that's what I would like to share with you. Yeah, so what I have with me is a set of cards. So I have a set of cards with me where the English alphabets have been written on the front side of it. And let me just switch my overhead camera to here. So you can see that there are a set of cards on which I have written the English alphabetical letters on it. Okay. Now what I wanted to do is, let's say I shuffle them. I have shuffled properly each of the cards. And what we would like to do is, we would like to sort this card. We would like to arrange them in an alphabetical order, starting from an A, next B, C, right? So what we'll do, maybe you would like to search for a letter A. Here you have found it. You would like to put it in the top. Then next you would like to search for a letter B. And then you wanted to put it on the top. Then maybe you would like to search for the next letter in the order. That's C, and then you again put it in the top. ये तो बहुत सारा समय लग गया. इतना तो हम जो है वो GNV की बच्चे इतना तक तो रुके ही नहीं है. WhatsApp और Snapchat वाले जमाने में इतना स्लो क्लाम तो चले ही नहीं. Please mute yourself unless you have some questions to ask. तो अगर आपको कुछ question है, you can type it in the chat box. Or and in the end or in between, whenever we have a session, we would like to discuss this. All right. So what I've done is, I have once again shuffled it, and you see a set of holes we have done in the top of the cards. So what I'll do here is, maybe I would just like to insert. I would just like to insert a stick in this particular hole. Some of the cards have come along with the stick. Usko मैंने आगे रख दिया. What I've done is, I have inserted the stick in the hole. I have pulled the stick up. Some of the cards have came along with the stick, and I have put them into the front. I'll do that for all the rest of the holes as well. क्या किया? डंडी जो है वो छेद में घुसा दी. डंडी ऊपर ले ली. कुछ कार्ड्स है वो डंडी के साथ आ गए और उनको मैंने आगे रख लिया. Same procedure for the rest of the cards as well. And one more. And now, if you see, all these cards are now sorted. You see, what for us it was taking a bit of a larger time duration, something which has been done in a very easily and that too in a very quick manner. The amount of work we have to do has also reduced a lot with this particular cards, right? और इसमें कोई हमने जादू नहीं किया है. All we have used is a very simple mathematics, very simple foundation on a base on which the entire computer is built upon. यहाँ पे जो है हमने binary तरीके से जो है वो punching किया है. Let me just once again switch to my camera and show you one of the cards. ठीक है? So let me pick the letter maybe E, right? So E is the fifth. A letter is fifth in the order. And if you look at the pattern of how we have done the cards, so you will see there are two types of holes are there. So one is this hole and another is a slit. So there are two types of punching we have done here for this particular letter. This I would maybe treat it as a 0. And here I would like to treat this slit as an 1. And all these cards has been punched in a manner. You see, all these particular cards are punched in a manner. There are only two types of holes you will see. One is in 0, one is in 1. And you will surprised to know that our camera or our computer itself also work in the same logic only. It works on a binary logic. It works on a binary base, which is 0 and 1. Your computer only understand the 0 voltage or +5 voltage, and still it's unable you to do the wonder, like just like we are able to know connect it with such a huge distance. It's able to do a Zoom call or a YouTube streaming, and entire thing has been done only based on the 0 and 1. हम तो जो है वो 1 से 0 से लेके 9 अंक जो है वो डेसिमल सिस्टम पे हम बातचीत करते हैं. गणित हमारा जो है वो काफी सारा उसी के ऊपर आधारित है, बेस्ड ऑन दी base 10 or a decimal system. But computer is so dumb, it's only able to understand the 0 and 1. So how come our computer is able to do such an absolutely amazing work based on only this binary? That's what this session is all about. इसी के ऊपर समझेंगे कि हमारा ये जो कंप्यूटर है वो काम कैसे करता है, या फिर ये जो कंप्यूटर जो इतना बुद्धू है, जो 0 और 1 ही समझता है, उससे हमें काम करवाना हो. How I'll sort of make an instruction, set of an instruction, but this is what we call as an algorithm. वो करवाना हो तो हम कैसे करवाएं? This is what the session is all about, and this is what the computational thinking is about. How we would like to think like we are in computer, and if we wanted to make sure the work has to be get done, we have to work like an or we have to think like an computer. This is all about computational thinking, and I would like to show some of the very exciting activities based on how the computer is working, right? और आपके लिए जो है हमने ये टास्क भी छोड़ा है कि ये वाला जो बाइनरी कार्ड्स है, we are expecting कि आप भी है इनको बनाएंगे. We have shared a video with you on how to do this punching. The punching has been done in a particular pattern, and this is what we have illustrated into the video, how you are supposed to do the punching. मैं वो video आपको दिखा देता हूँ. And not necessarily that you have to do. Let me just first play the video. Let me stop. I mean, let me just share it along with the audio so that you are able to hear the voice as well. Yeah, now you should be. Apparently first we are making sure that, let's say, whether it's a 16 number of cards or let's say in the case of an English alphabetical letters, you will have to have a fine set of holes to be done on your maybe playing cards, or maybe you would like to cut some of your thick A4 sheets paper. 200 GSM or so on, just cut them on the rectangle, make the 5 set of holes, and based on the binary pattern, which we will also try to understand in this particular sessions, make either keep that as a hole or make a slit, and that's what we have detailed into the particular video. जरूरी नहीं है कि English alphabetical letters ही लेके आप जो है उस पे अपनी कहानी भी जो है वो कार्ड्स के ऊपर लिख सकते हैं, something which has a order very important. What we have done is हमने इसके ऊपर एक पूरी संक्षिप्त रामायण जो है वो कार्ड्स के ऊपर ड्रॉ की हुई है. Let me just switch my overhead camera and I'll show the same with you. I'll show the same to you. So here I have a set of cards. You see there are the incidents of in Ramayan we have drawn on top of it, and not necessarily Ramayan. You can pick your favorite mythological story, or maybe historical, let's say for an example, freedom fight of in India, you would like to know, draw on your cards, and that you can put it up and make sure that the order, let's say with this particular punched on top of it, punched on each of the cards, you are able to sort them as well by inserting a stick, picking some of the cards and putting them in a front, and this is how maybe you could sort them as well. So now what for you, it takes a lot of time to do the same thing. With the help of a binary pattern, you are able to do that particular task in a very efficient manner, or in a less time consuming. And this is what we used to keep, or this is what the task we used to give to the computers as well. तो सबसे पहला सवाल जो है मैं वो आपको यहाँ पे पूछना चाहता कि आप लोग में से कितनों को लगता है कि कंप्यूटर के आने से हमारी लाइफ जो है वो इजी हो गई है? और लेट मी no, so what do you think? So are computers good for human beings? What do you think? Yes, no, I mean computers doesn't have any impact at all, or you think that कि it has been no completely spoiled our life, पूरी हमारी जो जिंदगी जो है वो खराब कर दी है, and entire day the WhatsApp and YouTube and Twitter, that's what going on. So what you can do is, we have created this question on itempool.com/ccl/live. There you go, and you can register your answers at that particular website. Let me once again repeat my question. आप में से कितनों को लगता है कि कंप्यूटर्स का ह्यूमन बीइंग्स पे हमारी जिंदगी के साथ जो है उससे कुछ भला हुआ है, हमारा कुछ भला हुआ है कंप्यूटर्स की शोध से? You think that it's a yes, no, I mean you think that it doesn't have any influence at all, कुछ उससे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ा है, या फिर हमारी तो जिंदगी ही खराब कर दी है, it has entirely spoiled our life? So I can see that there are 100 and plus participants have submitted their responses. Please do go on to itempool.com/ccl/live. There are few other questions also we would like to interact with you. So please go into this particular website and register. I mean share whatever you think. So let me just finish and reveal the answers. So apparently we have kept it all options, I mean nothing like a right or wrong, but so most of you think that yes, computers have done good for human beings. Very few think that no, and very few think that it doesn't have any impact. I would say कि कुछ ना कुछ तो impact हुआ ही है, बुरा या अच्छा वो पता नहीं. So it's on us. I would like to take it, whether this computer we would like to treat and search on the internet with the some of the things we would like to know. YouTube में जाके जो है वो हम we would like to maybe learn some of the stuff from that, whether it's how to play a tabla from some of the YouTube tutorials, or maybe would like to get to know about some of the notifications from the online newspaper we would like to read. This all facility has been enabled with the internet, which are there, and we are able to access the information, lots of information which is there on the internet. At the same time, we also have few influences. Some would like to say that our attention span has been, or the attention efficiency have decreased just because of we are so much surrounded with the gadgets, the softwares, the chat softwares like WhatsApp and Facebook and Twitter. तो वो हमारे ऊपर है कि हम उसे कैसे ले रहे. It's not like good or bad. Every technology, every change has an influence on us. How we would like to take a use of it, how we pursue it, that's what it differentiate between good influence और bad influence. तो ये हमारे ऊपर है, हमारी जो है वो नैतिकता के ऊपर है कि हम उसे कैसे लेते हैं, किसी भी टेक्नोलॉजी को हम कैसे लेते हैं. But of course it has done few marvelous job. The computer has done a marvelous job which humans get, and it's not for today's era, the only today's era we are talking about. Starting from the invention of a computer, it has done a lots of boon. The computer has done for the humankind. जो ये कहानी जाती है 1940 के दशक में कि जब द्वितीय विश्व युद्ध हुआ था. The entire world has been involved into the second world war, and in the initial part, at least till the 1941 and half of the 1942 year, the Germans were dominating, the Nazis were dominating almost the entire world, up to some extent to the Europe, and that's they were able to do just because of they were able to do the communication, open air communications with their military, navy, air force and all, and still the Europeans, the allies were not able to crack it. पूरी जो माहिती जो जाती थी कम्युनिकेशन की, वो एनक्रिप्टेड फॉर्म में जाती थी, उसको चेंज करके दिया जाता था. And this encryption was not able to, the USA's, British and other allies were not able to crack it. The Nazis were using a machine named as Enigma machine. किसी ने सुना है आपने कभी Enigma machine का नाम कभी सुना है किसी ने? Anybody who would like to raise their hand? So Nazis were used to do this Enigma machine for the encryption. Yeah, I can see some of the girls are raising their hands. So and it was so hard to crack that the British and the other allies were really struggling in order to know crack this particular code, and they were about to lose the entire war just because of they were not able to code the crack of this Enigma machine. और मैं आपको उसकी तस्वीर भी दिखा देता हूँ. In the lab we have built this machine. Let me just show the picture of Enigma machine. Absolute marvelous example of how electrical information theory, computer science and electrical thing works. This machine is an interdisciplinary of all this particular domain. इसमें मैकेनिकल भी जो है वो ब्रिलियंसी यूज की गई थी. इंफॉर्मेशन थियरी को कैसे हम टेक्स्ट को जो है वो चेंज कर पाए ताकि सामने वाला जो है वो इस टेक्स्ट को समझ ना पाए, उस तरह से यहाँ पे एनक्रिप्शन होता था. And it was taking a couple of months only to crack some of the codes of this particular Enigma machine. And इसी machine को crack करने के लिए पहले Rzhevsky and then later on Alan Turing has worked upon, and they have made the first computer of world. सबसे पहला कंप्यूटर जो था इजाद हुआ था वो था ताकि जो है लोगों की जान बचा पाए. To end the World War II, the invention of computer has happened. उसे बॉम्बे मशीन जो वो पहला कंप्यूटर बना था उसे कहा गया था. And this is how the entire computer science journey और computational thinking या फिर computers की जो इजाद है वहीं से शुरुआत हुई थी. To save the world, to save the lives of people, it was invented, and it has been said कि ये मशीन जो हम नहीं कर पाते रहे थे, we were not able to some of the tasks, the computer has done. They cracked the code of an Enigma machine, and 10 million lives were saved. कितने zeros आ गए? एक के पीछे 7 शून्य आ गए. 10 millions. Million is a 10 raised to 6. 6 शून्य for the million and 10 is one more. एक के पीछे 7 शून्य लगा दीजिए, उतने लोगों की जान बची थी क्योंकि एनिग्मा मशीन को क्रैक किया था इनके कंप्यूटर्स ने. And the World War II has ended 1 year before then it could have ended. एक साल पहले खत्म कर पाए क्योंकि ये कंप्यूटर की जो है वो इजाद हुई थी. पबजी या व्हाट्सएप के लिए इसकी इजाद जो है वो नहीं हुई थी, एक्सक्यूज मी, पर जो है वो हम इंसानों की जान बचा पाए इसलिए इसकी इजाद हुई थी. And this is what punch card I have shown. Let me just show the picture to you. This is how computers were initially used to get programmed. 1960s में जो कंप्यूटर आया था IBM का, उसमें प्रोग्राम लिखने के लिए आप जो आजकल जो प्रोग्राम लिखते हैं, अलग अलग लैंग्वेजेस रहती है, starting from in basic language like C and Python and other languages. तो उसको प्रोग्राम, कंप्यूटर को कुछ काम करवाने के लिए वो जो प्रोग्रामिंग किया जाता था, इसी प्रकार से पंच कार्ड में किया जाता है. And this is what you would also build in your as a first assignment. आप खुद भी इस कार्ड्स को जो है वो पंच करके देखिए, बड़ा मजा आता है कार्ड्स को सॉर्ट करने के लिए. And if I try to generalize what the computer used to do, it's something like this. The analogy can be something like this. हम क्या करते हैं उसको मैं यहाँ पे एक स्टोर ले लेता हूँ where some of the objects, goods has been kept on, and the what we would like to do is the object or some of the stuff will go to the machine. So for a machine, the input is from the store. A machine will do some of the task on top of it based on the instructions we have provided, isn't it? So let me just repeat once again this analogy. Assume that in a good store, there are some of the goods and stuff we have kept on. We have stored there. And whenever it's needed for doing some of the processing on top of it, will supply it to the machine. Machine will do some of the procedure based on the instruction which we have provided. Instruction like take the materials from location A, process in a machinery, put the materials back to the specific location. This is what a set of instruction we used to do. And if you try to now relate this to a computer, this is what a computer exactly does. आपकी जो मेमोरी है वो और कुछ नहीं है, वो स्टोर है. आप उसके ऊपर कुछ करते हो, वेदर यू राइट अ डॉक्यूमेंट, उसके ऊपर स्प्रेडशीट के ऊपर काम करते हैं, या फिर लेट्स से फॉर एन एग्जांपल अभी हम जूम से जो जुड़ पा रहे हैं, द डेटा इज कमिंग फ्रॉम एन इंटरनेट टू अस, वो सेशन हम देख रहे हैं. दिस इज व्हाट द मशीन, दिस इज व्हाट द कंप्यूटर डज बेस्ड ऑन द इंस्ट्रक्शन. और इंस्ट्रक्शन और कुछ नहीं है, हमारा प्रोग्राम है. एंड मान लीजिए now in this what something is called as an hacking, इसी प्रोग्राम के अंदर मैं अगर कुछ चेंज कर दूं, जैसे कि पहले इंस्ट्रक्शन क्या थे, let's just look at the first the set of instruction in the previously. Take material from location A of the store. What is the next step? Processing in a machinery. Instead of that, what I've done is go back to previous step. मतलब take material from location A of the store, go back to previous step, which is the first step. तो वो निकालता ही रहेगा, and at some time your machine will crash just because of its keep on doing or keep on extracting the data from the memory. This is what the hacking is all about. That's it. आप जाके अपने set of instructions या program में अगर जाके कुछ change कर देंगे such that it start behaving in a malicious way, this is nothing but hacking is all about. All we have to get to know about how computer works, how program has been written, how this instructions and program is interacting. If you have cracked this understanding, the hacking becomes easier. This is what the hackers do in order to disturb the working of a computer. This is what the hacking is all about. All right, so we have till now talked about the overall how the computers work, but let's start with the very beginning with what we have started कि computer समझता क्या है. तो computer है वो 0 और 1 ही समझता है. This is what we call as a binary language. ठीक है, तो उसी के चलते आपके लिए दूसरा जो सवाल है वो ये है कि मेरे पास ये 10 उंगलियां हैं, उसमें मैं कहां तक गिन सकता हूं? What I can count in this and on this 10 fingers. And here that's the next question for you. Let me just share the screen with you as well. तो ये आपके लिए पहला दूसरा जो सवाल है वो ये है कि व्हाट इज द लार्जेस्ट नंबर यू कैन काउंट ऑन योर 10 fingers. You can go to the itempool.com/ccl/live and you can share your thoughts on till what you can count, till 10, till 225, more than 1000, or maybe infinite. So till that I'll just grab some water and आप जो है वो यहाँ पे उत्तर दे सकते हैं. What is the question? Let me once again repeat it. फिर से एक बार मैं इसको दोहरा देता हूं. आप अपनी उंगलियों पर कितने तक गिनती कर सकते हैं? 10, 225, 1000 से ज्यादा, या फिर इनफाइनाइट? I can see responses around 50 and 60. Please everybody, whomsoever, whatever your responses is, whatever you think, so please register and share your answer with us on itempool.com/ccl/live. All right, so let's just reveal the answer and have a look at the responses. So this is very interesting. Most people thought that we can count till infinite. Now what we are talking about, you have to count it, right? So let's say for an example, you have started with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is how maybe I have counted till 10. और मान लीजिए अब मुझे फिर से गिनती शुरुआत करनी है. Let's say 11, 12. So how many times you have counted 10? That also you have to keep a track. So one might say that I can keep on counting on top of it. But in order to remember कि ये कितनी बार आपने 10 किया, that also information has to be stored somewhere. So मान लीजिए आप जो है वो बाजार से some set of vegetables you have brought for yourself. लेडीज फिंगर आप लेके आए हैं, भिंडी आप अपने घर पे लेके आए हैं और आपको गिनना है कि वो कितनी भिंडियां हैं. सो मे बी यू हैव काउंटेड टिल 10 कि 10 जो है वो भिंडी आई और उसको आपने साइन कर दिया. सो व्हेन यू आर काउंटिंग फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ द नंबर्स, यू हैव टू कीप अ स्टोर समवेयर हाउ मेनी टाइम्स यू हैव काउंटेड 10. तो उसके लिए भी एडिशनल उंगलियां लगेगी. सम माइट वुड से दैट कि यहाँ पे जो है वो आप देख रहे हैं कि यहाँ पे स्लिट्स है, यहाँ पे जो आपके हाथ में यहाँ पे these are the lines are there. So maybe you would like to count it up as or maybe you would like to count it as कि यहाँ पे गिनती कर लेते हैं. मान लीजिए 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So excuse me. So 5 times you have counted on this finger. So the moment you have counted 5 on this finger, you would like to keep a track कि ये एक बार 5 की गिनती हो गई. You cannot count till infinite. Please try to understand why you cannot. So now let's say once again you have counted 5 on this for a finger for one time. So you have raised your one finger once. I mean one of the finger is up. तो ये इसका मतलब है कि ये 5 बार गिनती हुई. Yeah. So as Khushi is answering, in this way you can count till what? 25. How can? So now you have counted 5 once. So in the next round, this is your 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And after 10, you would like to raise 2 of your fingers because 2 times you have counted 5. In such a manner, you have 5 fingers here, 5 fingers here. Then it would be 5 multiplied by 5, 25 times you can count on both of your fingers. But is it the maximum number? What about the lines which we have? And this is what we used to do in our childhood as well. ठीक है? आप क्या करते थे? इसके ऊपर भी गिनती करते थे. So you have 5 fingers, 3 slits out there. So how many times you can count on this finger? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And once the 15 has been counted, you would like to once again raise or you would like to put a finger on one of the slits here, because in this particular right hand also you have 15 slits. So 15 counted, one slit, put a finger on one slit. Once again 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 15, and the finger goes to the, or here I'm marking as a next lead. So here you have 15, here you have 15. Once again you would like to multiply them. So 15 multiplied by 15, that's a 225, not a 75. Because here we are not taking only the 5, just like here there are 25 numbers I can count on this fingers based on the slits. This is how we used to do on our childhood, isn't it? ऐसे ही गिनती करते थे ना हम. So 15 multiplied by 15, 225 times I can count on my fingers. But is it the maximum number? Or what I can do is I can also do something in a smarter way. What I'll do is I'll put my finger either down or up. So I can put one finger in a two ways. Either I can put it like this, which is basically 0, or I can put this particular finger in a upwards, which is basically 1. So this is with the one finger. So I can count, I will count this as a, let's say maybe 1, this as a 2. Now I'll keep this particular finger down, and I'll pick this particular finger in a finger up. So now previously we have done 0, 1, so which is basically counted 2. You are not visible, sir, or is it? I hope my video is on. So this is 0, 1, 2, and 3. So till 0 to 3, which is 4 numbers, we can count based on with the taking help of 2 fingers. What about the 3 finger? Now previously this is 1, 2, 3, 4, where this particular finger was down. The same thing can be repeated with this particular finger. So if I have 3 fingers now, can anybody tell me that till what I can count with this particular 3 fingers? Anybody from the chat messages? Can you let me know with the 3 fingers how many numbers I can count? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So somebody is saying that 6. Aditi from Varanasi is saying me that 6. Somebody is saying 10. Somebody is saying 9. So with the 3 fingers, you can count till 8. How? Let's just check out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Every time it's getting doubled. So now if I introduce my 4th finger, this one, right? Now this is nothing but 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and sorry, we are supposed to start with the 9. My bad. So we have counted till 8 from till 8 for with this particular fingers. So with this particular, if I introduce the 4th finger as well, we can count till 16. So 8 we have counted till here. This is 9. This is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And you can assume it like whatever we have done with the previous fingers. Let's say for example, with the 2 fingers, we are able to count till 4. There are 4 ways I can put my fingers on. So whenever any other finger is being introduced, so previously it is down, which has been turned, which has been treated as a 0, or it can be kept in a upward manner, which is basically 1. So whatever we have done, the 4 cases with the first 2 fingers, that can be kept as a, the 3rd finger can be kept as a down, and it can be done also on the same manner, all the 4 combinations with finger up. So every time it's getting double the way you count. So can anybody tell me with the 10 fingers, how many till what number we can count with if I have a 10 fingers in this similar fashion? अगर इसको मैं बाइनरी की जैसे रखूं, तो मैं दोनों हाथों से और अंगूठों को भी उंगलियां ही मान लेते हैं, तो 10 उंगलियों से हम कितने तक गिनती कर पाएंगे? कोई मुझे बता पाएगा? So somebody is saying me that 100. कोई मुझे 100 बता रहा है. Somebody is answering 1000. Somebody is saying that 1024. What about the other girls? $992. Okay. So you can count it to the 2 to the power 10, because you see, when we have 4 fingers, we are able to count till 2 to the power 4. When we have 10 fingers, we can count it till 2 to the power 10. And that's basically, that number is 1024, and which is approximately 1000. अब आप जो है अपने पैरों को भी उंगलियों को उस पे मिला लें. You have 10 fingers, पैरों की भी अपनी उंगलियां मिला लें. So that is basically 20 fingers, 2 to the power 20, जो कि हो जाता है 10 lakh. Now imagine, with the fingers you can count till 10 lakh with your fingers. Have you ever imagined? And we'll talk about more about this particular counting. This is the power of binary. This is the power of exponential growth we are talking about. Jo number of fingers we are introducing, the count or what you can count on top of it, that's getting exponentially increased, and that also shows the power of binary. This is just to introduce that why, I mean, how our computers is able to do such a wonderful work, because this is based on even with the binary you can do such a wonderful task. That's I would like to show. Now, just because of we have talked about how the computer is working, let me show that whenever this information is getting passed, how it's used to be get passed. So what I have is मेरे पास यहाँ पे कार्ड्स है, यहाँ पे एक जो पार्ट है वो सफेद है और दूसरा जो पार्ट है वो है कलर्ड है, ठीक है. And what I'd like to do is I'll need a volunteer from no, one of the school. So maybe हाँ जी, तो बाकी के लोग हैं वो क्या for couple of minutes can you just switch on your camera? बाकी के जो schools है और the teachers who have joined here, क्या आप थोड़ी देर के लिए अपना कैमरा जो है वो ऑन कर सकते हैं? That's great. That's great. All right. All right. Great. हाँ जी, तो ये जो JNV मुंगेशपुर से दिल्ली से जो लड़कियां हैं, can you will you be able to unmute yourself no, for the next activity? I'll need couple of volunteers. तो क्या आप अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर पाएंगे? और मे बी पायल दुबे, आप क्या अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर पाएंगे? और आप क्या अपने आप को
Yes.
ऑल राइट, ग्रेट ग्रेट. चलिए, तो आपको क्या करना है, मैं यहाँ पे ये कार्ड्स बिछाते जाता हूं. Let me switch my camera here. All right. ठीक है. I hope you are able to see my overhead camera here. All right. अब मैं क्या करता जाता हूं कि यहाँ पे जो है वो कार्ड्स बिछाते जा रहा हूं. All you have to do is tell me कि कौन से कार्ड्स पे कलर वाला ऊपर रखूं या कौन से वाले जो कार्ड्स पे है वो सफेद वाला रखूं. ठीक है. I'll keep on putting the cards based on what the information you are giving, and this is how our computer also pass the information. वो या तो 0 में देता है, which is basically the white portion, or maybe will the information or the communication is in a 1. So all the information, all the data, all the memory is been working on the based on a binary logic, which is 0 and 1. So safed mane 0 or colored mane 1. All right. So I'll keep on putting this particular cards. You tell me in which order you would like to put. ठीक है. तो मैंने ये पहला जो है वो सफेद रखा. Whenever you would like to change in a colored fashion, just let me know the or just scream out that change. Okay. Just tell me one whenever you would like to change. All right. So this is 0, 0. Let me know whenever you wanted to change. Who is volunteering? Who is volunteering here? Somebody from JNV Mungeshpuri और मे बी विजय कुमार यादव सर, आप में से कोई कुछ लड़की अनम्यूट कर पाएंगे? Whenever you wanted to change, just let me know, right? So I've put it up here an orange here. ठीक है? So now I'm keep on putting the whites here.
One, sir.
All right, ठीक है. Okay. I'm putting here 1. All right. What next?
0.
Okay. What next?
1.
Okay. Great. एक और रो जो है वो यहाँ पे रख देता हूँ मैं. All right. Great. ये वाला था वो 3 का सीन का था. वो फटाफट से एक जो है वो यहाँ पे एक और रो जो है वो बढ़ा देता हूँ. ठीक है. So this is all in a random manner, right? Isn't it? सारा जो है वो यहाँ पे एक random fashion में है. मैंने cards रख दिए हैं. And these are all in a random manner as Prachi has said. Now just try to have a look into this particular grid. This is the information a computer is passing on. And अब मैं क्या करूँगा? So this is what the computer has passed on the 0 and 1 message. मान लीजिए यहाँ पे हमारे साथ अभी वार्तालाप हुई है. So this is all coming from an Ethernet cable, optical fibers के माध्यम से 0 और 1 इलेक्ट्रिक सिग्नल के फॉर्म में ही आपके पास पहुंच रहे हैं और आप पूरी माहिती जो है वो कंप्यूटर इसको फिर से कन्वर्ट करके आपकी स्क्रीन में दिखा रहा है. So just have a look into this particular whatever random data you have kept on in the form of zeros and 1. इसको आप देख लीजिए. और अब मैं क्या करूंगा, इसमें से कोई एक बीट को, बीट मतलब if it's a 0 or 1, that's what we are treating the individual digit as in bit. किसी भी एक बीट को मैं चेंज कर दूंगा. And you have to tell me that what this particular कौन से स्थान पे मैंने वो एक कार्ड को जो है वो उल्टा कर दिया. This is very much liable to all. This is what something expected to happen. जब भी माहिती आती है वो 0 का 1 या 1 का 0 हो सकता है, गलती हो सकती है. But how smartly your computer try to detect whatever the bit flip has happened or something has been corrupted, कुछ चेंज हो गया है, उसको कैसे पता करता है? कंप्यूटर पता कर लेता है, बट आप कर पाते कि नहीं कर पाते हैं, ये सभी जीएनवी के लिए चैलेंज है. So what I'll do here is maybe I will change one of the bit here and you have to tell me that which bit has been flipped. So this is a challenge for you girls. Can anybody tell me that कौन सा वाला जो bit है वो यहाँ पे flip कर दिया है? So fourth row is not visible to you, so maybe I'll zoom in, zoom out a bit here. जी, कोई बता पाएगा the position of which card has been flipped? This is a test of your memory. Computer कर लेता है ये. And this is the competition with the computers you are having. जब भी माहिती जाती है, all right. What about the others? Second row, fourth. All right. तो GNV गंदेरबाल से जो है वो लड़कियां वो बता रही है second row, fourth. Any other guesses?
Second row, fourth column.
All right. Just a second. I'll try to show you something. That's what I'm opening.
Good evening, sir.
हाँ जी.
Good
Second
evening,
row,
sir.
fourth. Second row,
row.
fourth one.
All right. And कोई बता पाएगा
Good
कि
morning.
उनका क्या कैसे कैसे पता
Good
चला, याद
afternoon,
रख लिया?
sir.
हाँ जी.
Good afternoon, sir. Sharp memory.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Second and fourth.
So you are able to. So this was the easier level. ठीक है, यहाँ पे जो है वो मैंने 4x4 की ग्रिड में ही रखा था. Now what I'll do is I'll increase the level for you. So just अगर आपके साथ में बादाम है तो बिल्कुल खा लीजिए. Now it's your memory test because the data, now just imagine how much lots of and lots data is coming and interacting between you and me. If the video has to be displayed, बहुत सारे data आता जाता है, तो आपका जो मेमोरी है वो कंप्यूटर्स के मुकाबले कम है या ज्यादा है, उसका अभी नेक्स्ट टेस्ट है. So what I'll do here is I'll put in zeros and one, the colored and white grid in front of you. Just give me a moment. I'm sharing this screen with you. So what I've done here is, now your grid size is basically 6, and what I'll do here, so I have, so some of the cards has been white and some of the cards are black, and I'm randomly, I have put it, some of them in a flipped manner, some of them in a some of them are white and some of them are black. This is what I have kept them. ठीक है, और randomly, कुछ भी randomly जो वो है यहाँ पे मैंने ये वाला कर दिया है, एक और रो जो है ऐड कर दी है लास्ट में. All right, so just have a look into this, and in a moment I'll just flip one of the card among this particular entire grid, and you have to let me know that कौन सा वाला कार्ड जो है वो फ्लिप हो गया है. ठीक है, अभी मैं जो है वो यहाँ पे किसी भी एक को फ्लिप कर देता हूं, and you have to tell me which of them has been flipped. हाँ जी. So now can somebody tell me that which of the card has been flipped here? You can write in a chat messages. हाँ जी. Any responses? So somebody is saying that the second last. You have to tell me the row and column. All different answers is all different answers. Fifth and second. All right, fifth and second. Sixth and sixth. Any other guesses? So I have flipped at one bit here. You have to tell me that which particular bit has been flipped. Take a couple of seconds here. Meanwhile, let me check the answers in the chat box. You can tell me the number of row and which column. Yeah, so the many of you are converging to this particular position. Let me just check out if I click on it, it will saying that no, that's not the correct answer. So now I'll share you the logic of what the game we are playing here. Okay, how the computer is able to. So many of you are converging to the fifth and the second row, which was not the correct answer. I'll reveal what we are trying to do here. Computer कैसे पता कर लेता है कि कौन सा वाला bit जो है वो change हो गया है, corrupt हो गया है कि नहीं हो गया? I'll no reveal that here, how the error has been corrected by the computer here. So let me just do the start over here, and this time will not take the such a bigger grid. Maybe we would try to do it with the smaller grid. Now you see the information, whatever the 0 and 1 data is, that it has been kept into 3x3 grid, and you must have observed कि मैंने आपसे तो data randomly लिया था, but बाद में एक column और एक रो जो है वो एक्स्ट्रा लगा लेती है. Little bit cheating I have done here, and what it used to be how I have placed this particular column and row is, observe that on each of the row and column the number of black cards will be always even. उसी तरह से जो है मैं ये लास्ट वाली रो और कॉलम को ऐड करूंगा. कैसे? Now check it out, the first row that has only black card. So I will flip this particular card and make sure the number of cards are even in each of the row. Now go to the next row. It has already even number of blacks. So I will not touch this particular card. I'll keep it up as a white only. The third row has a 3 number of black cards, which is an odd number. So I'll make it even by flipping the last column card. Similarly, on each of this column also, I'll try to make it a even number of blacks. So here I will put a black card. It is already even number of blacks, so I won't touch this card. Once again, this is a black card, which is an only single black card, which is an odd number. So I'll make it even. And what about the next column? That's already have a 2 black cards. So I'll put it up as a white only. Now, if I shuffle and flip only a 1 bit out of it, can you tell me which card has been flipped here in a chat passage? In order to, detect which card has been flipped here, कौन सा वाला जो कार्ड बदला गया है, उसके लिए मुझे हर एक रो और हर एक कॉलम में देख लेना है कि सबकी जो पैरिटी है वो बराबर है कि नहीं. मतलब नंबर ऑफ जो ब्लैक कार्ड्स है वो इवन है कि नहीं है वो पता करना है. सो फर्स्ट रो number of black 2. Second row has a 3 black card, which is not possible because before sending the data, I have make sure the parity is balanced. The number of rows has an even number of black cards. So ये वाला row में गड़बड़ है, but that has a 4th position. So I don't know which among the 4 has been flipped. In order to detect that, और बाकी सारे rows में देखेंगे 3rd row में और 4th row में number of black cards are in an even manner. What about the column? First column, even black cards. Second column, even black cards. Third column has a 3 black card, which means the error must have been into this particular column as well. दूसरा row, तीसरा column, the intersection would lead to a single position, which is this particular card, and you can see that has been the error has been not only detected, but you can tell that this has been right now it's a black one. Previously it has to be 0, and if I put it this as a 0, your entire parity would be gonna balanced. So your computer does this particular smart work. और ये खेल जो है वो बिल्कुल आप अपने जो है भाई बहन घर पे भी या अपने साथी स्कूल के बच्चों के साथ भी कर सकते हैं. Make sure that the cards you arrange them and change one of the card in the grid and ask that by first randomly take the inputs from one of your colleague. एक जो कार्ड है वो बिल्कुल उस पे फ्लिप कर दीजिए और फिर आपके दोस्त सहेली को पूछिए, भाई बहन को पूछिए कि क्या आपका मेमोरी टेस्ट है, कौन सा वाला कार्ड जो है वो आपका दब. This is how exactly our computers used to do the error correction. First it does the detection of an error and then it does the correction. A very small activity based on the particular cards. Next, I would like to show you that how in many of the arithmetic, in order to make sure the computer does ये जो बाइनरी के ऊपर ही मैं एक जो मजेदार तरीके से जो आपको है हमारा. सो कितने लोग यहाँ पे 5वीं पास है? जस्ट रेज योर हैंड. कितने लोग जो है यहाँ पे 5वीं पास है? ये जीएनवी गोदावरी से बच्चियां रह गई थी, आप सीधे 11वीं में आ गए. कितने लोग 5वीं पास है? सभी लोग वीडियो ऑन करके दिखे. हाँ जी, ये कोटा सुधा रानी मैम के यहाँ से आपके बच्चे जो है वो आपके वहां से 5वीं पास. कितने लोग 5वीं पास है? हाथ खड़ा कर दीजिए. हाथ अपना वीडियो में हाथ खड़ा कर सकते हैं. आई कैन सी मैनी ऑफ देम. अगर कुछ लोग अगर रह गए हैं तो बिल्कुल उनके जीएनवी के स्कूलों में हम इन्फॉर्म कर देते हैं कि इनकी 5वीं कक्षा रहेगी. ग्रेट, वंडरफुल. बेसिक अरिथमेटिक के ऊपर जाएंगे. बहुत ही साधारण जो हमने गुणाकार और भाग किए थे, वट एवर मल्टीप्लीकेशन एंड डिविजन वी हैव डन इन ग्रेड 6, ग्रेड 5, ग्रेड 4, दैट्स वेयर वी वांटेड टू गो एंड वी वुड लाइक टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ कंप्यूटर इफ हैज टू बी डन our grade 3, grade 4 work, how our computer will do. I'll show you some very interesting method of doing the multiplication with a in a very interesting manner. Hanji. So I'll just, maybe I would like to switch my camera here. किसी भी दो नंबर का थोड़ा जूम इन कर लेते हैं. All right, so what I wanted to do here is I wanted to multiply any two numbers. Maybe I'll take 15 and 12. I hope you are able to see these two numbers. So क्या करना है? मुझे दो नंबर का गुणाकार करना है. और क्या थोड़ा और जूम इन कर लेते हैं. And let me put this in a spotlight. दो नंबर है 12 और 15. I hope you are able to see it in a proper manner. मुझे जूम पे जो है वो मिरर दिखाई दे रहा है. इन दोनों नंबर का गुणा करना है. We wanted to multiply these two numbers. Of course, you know the answer. You used to do it, this sort of a math assignments in second or third grades. But I wanted to have a very interesting activity, and that would leads to how computers would like to multiply these two numbers. All right, so somebody is saying me this answer. Of course, we know the answer, but we would like to show and try to understand an interesting method to multiply these two numbers. मैं क्या करूंगा? राइट साइड वाला जो बड़ा नंबर है उसको आधा करता जाऊंगा, और I would like to divide this 15 number divide by no, इसको मैं आधा करता जाऊंगा 15 के बाद, and that I'll write it here. So what I'll do is 15 को अगर मैं आधा कर दूं, so I'll get a 7.5, but I'll only interested in that particular number only. I mean the integer number only. So I've divided the 15 in a half. I get a 7.5, but I'm only interested in the integer part, so I've written a 7 here. Once again, 7 को divide by 2 कर दिया, you will get a number 3 here, isn't it? Once again, divide this number in a half, and you will get a 1 here. Or maybe I'll take another number because all the numbers were here as an odd. So I'll just pick another number for a simplification of our explanation. ठीक है, एक और मैं नंबर ले लेता हूं यहां पर. So maybe I would like to multiply my number 12 with let's say the number 10 for easier often. So answer is 120. So what we are supposed to do is right side वाला जो number है उसको आधे करता जाना है. 10 को divide by 2 किया, if I halve it, the number you will get is 5. Once again divide the number 5 by 2, you will get an answer as 2.5, but I'm only interested in the number, integer number only. So I'll keep it up at 2 here. And at the end, you will get a 1. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5 and the last integer is 0. That's where we would like to stop. यहाँ पे तो आधा कर दिया, सामने वाले नंबर को डबल करते जाना है. Here what you have done is having the number, the opposite number you will keep on multiplying by 2. So 12 multiplied by 2, 24. 24 multiplied by 2, 48. 48 multiplied by 2, 96. Observe the number of, observe which of the numbers are odd in this particular column. So 10, even number, discard it. 5, even number, odd number. So 10 was an odd number, so we just discarded it. Sorry, 10 is an even number, so we just discarded that particular row. 5 is an odd number, we'll keep this. 25, 24, we'll keep this number. What about the 2? Even number, discard it. That particular row would be discarded. 1, what about 1? This is an odd number, we'll keep it. So only 2 row has been kept. Another 2 has been discarded. Add these two numbers, 24 and 96. The answer is 120, which is also the multiplication of 12 and 10, which we have started. This is and this is not a trick for only these two number. Take any number. So maybe Champawat girls, can you just unmute yourself and tell me any two numbers? Just unmute yourself. हाँ, दीक्षा है वो आ जाए.
Sir, 48 and 72.
बढ़िया, चलिए कर लेते हैं. So what I'll do here is, all right. So what I'll do here is, what were the two numbers? 48 and 72, isn't it? तो राइट साइड वाले नंबर को क्या करते जाना है? आधा करते जाना है. 72 divided by 2, how much? Diksha and company, Champawat girls. 72 divided by 2, what will be the number? 36, isn't it? 36 divided by 2, what will be the answer? 18, isn't it? 18 divided by 2, 9. 9 divided by 2, the answer is 4.5, but we'll also only keep the integer, so that's 4. 4 divided by 2, 2. 2 divided by 1, 1. And at the end, it would be 0, so this is where we would like to stop. What about the numbers in front of it? Here we have a 48. So this number, this column has to be multiplied by 2. यहाँ पे आधा कर दिया, तो ये वाले जो कॉलम है उसको हमें डबल करते जाना है. 48 का दुगना 96. 96 का दुगना 96 multiplied by 2, 192, isn't it? 192 multiplied by, please repeat with me. I hope you are able to follow me. ठीक है? 192 multiplied by 2, कौन सा आ जाएगा नंबर? That's 384, isn't it? 384 by 2, that's 8. Here it would be 16, carry would be 1. That's 768, isn't it? 768 multiplied by 2, that's 6 here, carry would be 1. 3 here, carry would be 1. That's 1536. And lastly, you multiply by this with 2 on the bottom. So 6 multiplied by 2 would be 2. 1 would be the carry. 7 will be there. And then
3072.
3072. All right, great.
3456 from Genuine Muzaffarnagar.
Just a second. No, it won't, right? It would be with the 3072 if your number is 1536. Just cross check from your end. Let me know if there is some mistake. अब क्या करना है? Now you have to check for each of the row whether the number is odd or even on this column. जिसको भी आधा किया है, whichever column you have half, you have to check it out whether that particular number is odd or even. अगर even है तो discard कर देंगे, even है तो discarded, even discarded, odd we'll keep this number. 4 we will keep, 4 discard, 2 discard, 1 will keep. 3072. So 3072 plus 384, that number would be 6 here, 8 and 7 adding them would be 5, 3 and 1 would be 4. It will be 4 here and here. So the answer is 3456. Just make sure that Champawat, ladkiya, aap check kar lo, 48 by 72, is this a correct answer or not? Oh, you are telling me the final answer, 3456. Yeah, you are correct on that part. Ki ye wala answer. So take any to this number. कोई भी दो नंबर ले लीजिए, उनको आधे करते जाइए और सामने वाला जो नंबर है उसको डबल करते जाइए, and at the end just only those row which has the odd number on the column where you are having it, वही numbers को रखना है, उनको finally add कर दिया जी, and you are getting your answer. And the answer or why this method works, that's what we are keeping an assignment for you. सोचिए उसके बारे में कि ये वाला जो है वो क्यों काम करता है, and of course in the next upcoming assignments we would like to discuss how the computers arithmetic, computer जो गुणा भाग सब करता है वो इसके साथ कैसे related है. That's what we would like to discuss on the next assignment. I have one small, because we are talking about a multiplication, I have another small exercise for you, but meanwhile anybody from here have any doubt, please let me know. अगर किसी को यहाँ पे कुछ डाउट है बिल्कुल मुझे बताइए, तब तक I have few and one interesting what you say, an activity for you. You don't necessarily have to share your screen, please stop that. All right. हाँ जी, किसी को कुछ डाउट हो जरूर बताइए. We are moving towards our last exercise. So yeah, last activity. No doubt, sir. All right, that's great. But we are expecting that you are coming up with the little brainstorming on how this particular method works. अंत में जो है मैं एक और मजेदार रो और कॉलम वाला समझ नहीं आया. All right, so maybe at the end I can somebody can stay, those who have doubts can stay there, and once again we would like to have a look into that activity. All right, अब मैंने क्या किया है, अभी तक तो जो है वो हमने देखा था कि कैसे किसी नंबर को सिर्फ आधा या डबल करके ही मल्टीप्लिकेशन किया जा सकता है. मतलब if I only have some device which will divide a particular number or multiply any given number, then I can do multiplication of any pair of numbers. यहाँ पे मैंने ये रिंग्स पहन के मैं ये दिखाना चाह रहा हूँ कि आप जो है 6 से लेके 10 या किसी भी pair of numbers का गुणा अपने हाथों के साथ कर सकते हैं. Let me switch to my overhead camera here. जी, तो ये गोदावरी से जो लड़कियां जुड़ी हुई है ना,
यहाँ पे मुझे लेट मी जस्ट जूम आउट माय कैमरा। आप अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर दीजिए फ्रॉम द बेस्ट गोदावरी, सम ऑफ द गर्ल्स हैव दोस हु हैव जॉइंड। और आप मुझे 6 से 10 में से कोई भी दो नंबर्स जो है वो बता दीजिए, any two numbers from 6 to 10. So I have 5 numbers starting from 6 to 10 on the right hand.
7 and 9, sir.
7 and 9. So now let's say we wanted to multiply any two numbers from 6 to 10. For an example, 7 to 9. All you have to do is touch these two fingers. That's it. इन दोनों नंबर को मुझे टच कर देना है. That's it. And you are done with your multiplication exercise. How come? So what you do? You count the number of fingers which are touching. ठीक है? So 7 और 9 को, दो उंगलियों को मैंने टच करवा लिया. All you have to do is count the number of fingers which are touching and below them. So here on the on this hand I have 6 and 7. These are 2 fingers. And what about the right hand side? So 9, 8, 7 and 6. These are the 4 fingers, right? So 2 plus 4, 6 fingers are there which are touching and below them. इनको 10 के साथ गुणा कर दीजिए. You will get a number 60. What about the fingers on top of it? इनको आपस में गुणा कर दीजिए. 9 के ऊपर कितनी उंगलियां हैं? एक ही है, अंगूठा एक. 7 के ऊपर कितनी उंगलियां हैं? 3. इनका आपस में गुणा कर दीजिए. 1 multiplied by 3, that's 3. Add on to the previous number which we have got 60. Your answer is 63, which is also multiplication of 9 by 7. गुणाकार कर दिया आपने अपनी उंगलियों से. चलिए एक और पैर ले लेते हैं. Can anybody tell me any other pair which would you like to multiply between 6 to 10? चलिए. So maybe I'll try to take 8 and 7. All right. तो मैंने ये वाला जो हाथ है, यहाँ से 8 वाली उंगली जो है वो यहाँ पर 7 नंबर जो फिंगर है उसको टच कर देता हूँ. ऑल राइट, समझ रही आया? एक और बार रिपीट कर देते हैं. What we are doing here is take a pair of numbers. So you would like to multiply maybe 8 with the 7. Touch these 2 fingers. ये दोनों उंगलियों को आपस में टच करवा लेना है. On both the sides, I have 5 set of numbers written from 6 to 10. अब क्या किया आपने? 8 और 7 को टच करवा दिया. आपको पहले गिनना है कि कितनी उंगलियां टच हो रही है और कितनी उसके टच हो रही है प्लस कितनी नीचे है उसके. मतलब 8 and 7 are touching. These are the 2 fingers. And what about the number of fingers below them? These are 3. So 2 plus 3 is 5. This set of fingers we are talking about. 5 set of fingers are touching and below them. 8 और 7 जो टच हो रही है वो 2 है, प्लस उसके नीचे भी कितनी उंगलियां हैं उन सबका जोड़ मिला लीजिए. You will get the answer 5. Multiply that with 10. You will get a 50. What about the fingers above them? 8 के ऊपर कितनी उंगलियां हैं? 2. और 7 के ऊपर कितनी उंगलियां हैं? 3. उन दोनों का आपस में गुणा कर दीजिए. 2 multiplied by 3, that is 56. And previously you have gotten 50. Add these 2, you will get a 56, which is also the number of 7 multiplied by 8. हाँ जी. तो आप जो है वो अपनी उंगलियों के साथ खुद से करके देखिए आपको क्या करना है. जो भी पहले मैंने 6 से लेके 10 इन एन असेंडिंग ऑर्डर लिख दिए हैं. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. उसी तरह से दोनों नंबर का आपको मल्टीप्लिकेशन करवाना हो. मान लीजिए 9 और 7 का मल्टीप्लिकेशन करवाना है, या फिर 9 और 6 का आपको मल्टीप्लिकेशन करवाना है. तो आपको क्या करना है? जो भी उंगलियां टच हो रही है, the numbers which are touching, that plus the number of fingers below are them, multiplied by that with a 10. All right, you will get one number. फिर क्या करना है? जो भी ऊपर बची हुई संख्याएं, ऊपर बची हुई उंगलियां है, उनका आपस में गुणाकार करना है. मतलब 6 के ऊपर 4 उंगलियां हैं और 9 के ऊपर 1 उंगलियां हैं. तो 4 गुणा 1 कर देना है. और यहाँ पे क्या करना है? 9 वाले ये वाला जो हाथ है वहां पे the finger which is touched and below are them. So on the left hand side I have this 4 set of fingers, and on the right hand side I have 1 fingers. That is in total are 5 fingers. So 50 multiplied by 50 plus 4, which is 54. करके देखिए, एक बार करके देखिए अपने आप से. And this is what in a First World War Russian teacher has conducted into their primary mathematics classrooms, and this is a challenge for you, the JNV girls. ये तो 6 से 10 पे किया. मान लीजिए आपके पास, मान क्यों ले, आपके पास है एक और सेट ऑफ उंगलियां, अपनी पैर की उंगलियों को भी मिला ले तो आपके पास 20 उंगलियां हो जाएंगी इन टोटल. 10 जो है वो राइट हैंड साइड पे और 10 है वो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे. अब इन उंगलियों का जोड़ और अब नंबर लिख लेते हैं 1 से 10. इन 10 उंगलियों का नंबर लिख लेते हैं. So now can we do the multiplication between any pair of numbers from 1 to 10? वो कर सकते हैं कि नहीं कर सकते, ये आपके लिए challenge है. And also why this method works, both this multiplication method works, that's what we would like to discuss into the next computational thinking का जो भी session रहेगा, कि why these two set of and multiplication work. The one with the fingers we have discussed, and the one where we are dividing the number by 2, the another number we are multiplying with 2 and then adding the numbers in a final. और वो surprisingly हमारा उत्तर मिल जा रहा था. The understanding of why this method works leads to the some of the concepts in computational thinking which we would like to discuss in the next session. आज के लिए यहाँ तक रखते हैं. बिल्कुल उन दोनों मेथड्स के ऊपर सोचिए. जो कलर्ड पेपर के साथ खेल करवाया था अपने बच्चों के साथ इन द सेंस कि टीचर्स अपने बच्चों के साथ करवा सकते हैं, एंड यू कैन एंजॉय दैट इन योर विथ योर फैमिली और बाकी अपने कलीग्स के साथ. ये बिल्कुल खेल जो है वो दिखा सकते हैं. और ताश पंच उन्हें करने का मत भूलिएगा. हमने होमवर्क में उसको कैसे बनाना है उसका लिंक किया आपको दिया गया. व्हाई डोंट यू राइट द हिंदी अल्फाबेटिकल लेटर्स ऑन द कार्ड्स एंड डू द सॉर्टिंग. कुछ आपको चित्र उसके ऊपर ड्रॉ करके फिर सॉर्ट करना है. दैट यू कैन डू समथिंग व्हिच हैज एन अल्फाबेटिकल ऑर्डर that has a meaning that you can do and do the card sorting with the help of with the punched in a punched manner. जी. So maybe आज तक आज का जो सेशन है यहीं तक ही रखते हैं. Anyone of you have a doubts, feel free to ask. हमने जो है वो फर्स्ट सेशन के होमवर्क का सॉल्यूशन भी पब्लिश कर दिया है. किसी को भी फिर से उसमें होमवर्क सबमिट करना है कर सकते हैं. And try to go through the solutions. If you have a doubts, of course we can pick it up in the next upcoming session. आज तक यहीं तक ही रखते हैं.
Jay, I guess some students have doubt, like one Pooja Sinde from JNV Latur. She has asked, sir, why you take the number in front of odd number? Yeah. And there is another question, row and column वाला समझ नहीं आया. So if you can.
ठीक है. ड्रॉ एंड कॉलम वाला तो रिपीट कर सकते हैं. एंड in the multiplication of halving and doubling the number, why we have kept an odd number only, तो वो हम आपके लिए, ये सवाल है वो हमारी साइड से आपके लिए है कि ये मेथड काम क्यों किया. प्लीज उसके ऊपर थोड़ा सोचिए. टेक some set of numbers and try to think about why we have done the way we have done, or if we generalize this particular question कि ये मेथड काम ही क्यों किया. Why you are able to do the multiplication. मान लीजिए डिवाइड बाय 3 या मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 3 करेंगे तो चलेगा. वो करके एक बार देखिए. एंड व्हाट इज सो स्पेशल अबाउट डिवाइडिंग दिस टू नंबर्स. थोड़ा हिंट दे देते हैं. इसका बाइनरी के साथ कहीं ना कहीं रिलेशन है. किसी भी नंबर को जो आप बाइनरी में रिप्रेजेंट करें, 0 और 1 के फॉर्म में रिप्रेजेंट करें, उसके साथ कहीं ना कहीं इसका नाता है. जस्ट ट्राई टू थिंक अ लिटिल बिट अबाउट ऑन दिस सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, एंड अगली बार उसका जो है वो उत्तर रिवील करेंगे. इतना जल्दी जो है वो उत्तर रिवील नहीं करेंगे. अबाउट द रिपीटेशन ऑफ वो जो कार्ड्स वाला था, the flip wala. 1 second.
So Jay, you are repeating that activity.
Sure. So those who have doubts, they can stay here. For others, if you don't have any doubts or things to be discussed, they can leave. For the schools who have doubts, they can stay here. जब किसी भी students को यहाँ पे doubts है, वो रुक सकते हैं. I'll repeat for them.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, students, for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.